So, 2020. She was going well. I got into law school, finally. I had 2 awesome new jobs, new pals, new friends, and then, well, we all know what happened. So yeah, I've lost routine. I've done nothing for like 4 days. So it's been a little existential. Let's rewind.
Effective immediately, we will move to alert level 3 nationwide. After 48 hours, we will move to level 4.
And tomorrow at midnight, we go into complete lockdown. My university is closed. I've kind of been reflecting, like, what do I want to do? What am I apart from my degree? 3, 2, 1. So then it was time for Nerds Worldwide to answer the question, what are we without academic validation? So yeah, I did what every overwhelmed second-year law student in lockdown would do, and I made a list. After a week of doing nothing, it was time to get my brain working again. I found coding. I reclaimed it, well, kind of. Hello world, I can code a little bit now. I found Eve Cornell's playlists. Oh, so good, danced along to them. And then I got cracking on some academic stuff I still had to do. I also did a lot of sanitizing of doorknobs. I know it's not essential, but I was having a little bit of a difficult day today. Calmed me down. It was a good time just for me. I don't know about you guys, but there seems to be so much washing up in lockdown. It never stops. I also like a good amount of caffeination because, we never stop that caffeination cycle. More dancing to music, it's just been the main occupation really. Also getting a little bit like kooky and getting ceremonious with oranges. Finally poured the water into the coffee, it took me long enough. I also made a library. Now, I have been missing the library, mostly because it's just like a different place from where I sleep and eat and like live, where I can be academic so that my whole life isn't just like overtaken. So I made this spare room into a library. And yeah, I set to work on my new essay, but not before getting some Ruby Granger Queen motivation because yeah, that's what I needed. I was doing an essay on different ways of valuing goods, whether they should be valued by the market or they should be valued by like government mechanisms, which is really interesting. And I was also looking at donor economics and how that comes into the mix. Kate Raworth, you should check her out. Tiny bit of Zumba, that's as much as I'm letting you see. It was an embarrassing time, mate. My NutriBullet has been getting some good workouts though. She's been helping me along. And I've also upped my vegan cooking game. I've been frying like a lot of tomatoes and mushrooms and just having like avocado, and it's been a good time. Getting some sun on my porch, so we don't get vitamin D deficient. My flatmate decided to like wash all our fruit in the sink one day, and it was hilarious. Oh, and Feel Good, my new favourite show by Mae Martin. Careful that you will binge the whole thing in the afternoon if you watch it, but please do, it's amazing. Feeling kind of anxious and trapped, uncertain, really tired. Yeah.
According to Rosa, my arms are taller than my body. I'm apparently a freak. I am Slender Man.
We're educating him on veganism. So?
Bugs are vegan?
No. Well, they might be themselves. Unlikely that they're herbivores. But if I had a bug, they would not be vegan.
Now, COVID-19 is effectively both a demand shock and a supply side shock, and it could generate a financial crisis.
I think this is also a really great time to take a breath and reflect on your life and where you are and where you want to go in the future, and also to help out people who need it right now. I've been writing to my grandma a lot, who lives in England and doesn't have a computer, and also just giving her a good phone call. Like, appreciating phone calls now is such a big thing. I've also been doing a little bit of stuff with the student volunteer army, bringing stuff to people. Oh, and I saw Mittens, the celebrity cat of Wellington, when I went for a run one night, and that just cheered up my day no end. And I also found this beautiful tree. It's now my favourite Wellington tree. I found it when I was just wandering this random neighbourhood to take a minute and appreciate it. It does feel strange walking through the city though, I live super close, so I can, but one day I was walking along Cuba Street in the centre of town and just tears were streaming down my face because the place where I love, where I've grown into an adult, which makes me feel like me, is just a ghost town. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. And it kind of comes back to that old primary school thing that your teacher probably said around like, accept the things you cannot change and change the things you cannot accept. And we obviously can't really change this. All we can do is stay inside and abide by the rules, as it were. So we've just got to accept it and have self-love on our journey to trying to accept it. Everyone in my house has been definitely having a rough time. I have, other people have. I did a little whiteboard illustration of how we've been getting on, in case you were wondering. That was quite cathartic, yeah. But I think through this time I've just been reflecting on like, wow, I'm so happy I live in New Zealand and we've made these really tough decisions from the start. We've got out there and I think we've really got ahead of the virus. So hopefully we can get back to normalcy, not really normalcy, but kind of normalcy soon. But I definitely have huge compassion for the rest of the world, which is going through an extremely tough time. But I'm back to law next week and I'm really excited. I've been doing lots of like revision, getting back into it. It's been making me very happy. Did lots of criminal law revision today. I hope you're all keeping really safe and as well as you possibly can be, and practicing a lot of self-love and compassion during this time. Bye.
You roll the dice with most of